Hi guys from the exciting Acapulco. Today we will talk about courage and freedom and the relationship between these two. Stay with me till the end of this video. There will be a contest and something to win. Let's start with an example to make it clear to you what I mean. I wanted to come here to Acapulco in order to meet some very interesting people, and I had this image of Acapulco, this fancy image. It's a fantastic sounding name, but what I learned was that Acapulco is called the city of death. Acapulco has the highest homicide rate per capita in the world for several years already. And when I told my friends, my family, I'm going there, I was bombarded with news articles, with reports from Acapulco of murders, of drug gangs fighting against each other. And these friends and my family were discouraging me from going there. Even my family just pleaded me not to go. And also friends told me I'm crazy, why I'm going there, it's so dangerous, and so on and so on. And I came to Acapulco. Nevertheless, I had the courage to do that, to see behind the scenes, to really find out myself how it is. And I discovered that Acapulco is completely different from what media tells us, from the public opinion. It has, of course, wonderful weather. They have only 5 rain days in the year. The climate is just perfect. It's sunny. It's 30 degrees Celsius all the year. It never drops below 26 degrees, and now it's February and I had up to 35 degrees in the shade. And the water, the ocean water, is between 25 degrees and 29 degrees all the year. Beautiful beaches, amazing views, everything you could expect from paradise. You could say it's a paradise setting. But then you would say, okay, in this paradise setting there is a lot of crime and so on and so on. It turns out the people here are very, very nice to you. They are welcoming tourists. There is even a touristic police taking care of you and your well-being. And what I found even more surprising is that they are very honest. I was never cheated here by any taxi driver, in any restaurant, not even by a street merchant. All of them, they are very honest, and they don't make like different prices when you are a foreigner. The city is known for its seafood. They call it mariscos here. So this is a gourmet capital of Mexico, and back in 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s until 1980s, all the wealthy and famous people in the world came here, spent time here, built their homes, their mansions here. In my hotel where I stay, the wealthiest person in the world used to stay. It was his favorite place to spend vacation. Jean-Paul Getty was his name. And then it became difficult with the crime. Acapulco got a bad name, so people stopped coming here. But now they start coming back, and Acapulco attracts again the famous people, the wealthy people. Many of them build the mansions in the new part of Acapulco now. And they are very luxurious areas here in Acapulco that are on par with the wealthiest cities in the world. Acapulco attracts international sports events. Next week there is a Mexican Open tennis tournament where top 10 players in the world play against each other. And also some crypto millionaires and some crypto billionaires spend their time here and that's why I am here in Acapulco. And behind me you can see the Acapulco Bay, the Isla de Roqueta, and the town, the beach of Acapulco. Down below, I'm here in the Hotel Las Brisas. Wonderful view, beautiful setting, and I'm happy I didn't listen to the naysayers, to the people who wanted to discourage me, and I found the courage to come here and to discover what I have discovered. This is part of freedom. This is the connection between courage and freedom. You need to have courage in order to be free, to do what you would like to do or what you could do. We are all slaves of our thoughts and our emotions. And most people are slaves and they are unaware of being a slave. And this is a very unfortunate and tragic fact. So you are a slave of your fears and your emotions. And the less fears you have, the better you can deal with your fears, the more free you are. I remember many years ago, a friend of mine wanted me to come to London. He wanted to show me this wonderful town. And I didn't come because shortly before that there was this terroristic attack on the London subway. And I was just afraid. I had this view of London, this understanding of London as a city full of terrorists and full of death and very dangerous city. But then, several years later, I came to London and I learned to love it. I learned it is just a wonderful city, a very safe city, and the chance of being a victim of a terrorist attack is just so minuscule, it's close to zero. And you may ask yourself, have you been outside your country? Have you been to a country that you learn bad things about in the media? Let's say Iran. This is not a very popular country in the media, to say the least. Have you been there? Have you checked out how it looks like? And are you sure you are not limiting your freedom by restricting yourself, by limiting your options of going somewhere, of seeing something, and of experiencing the world? You need to understand that the news and media outlets limit your freedom by limiting the available options of what is possible for you. Because if you hear bad things about some place, about somebody, about some activity, maybe some area or something, you don't consider it as a viable option. You are blind to this option and your freedom is restricted more and more. And you need really some courage to think independently and to overcome these stereotypes and to go somewhere, to do something or to meet somebody despite the public opinion, despite the overall image of that place, of that activity, of that person. And I give you another connection between courage and freedom. Acapulco is very famous for its clavadistas. They call them clavadistas here, it's cliff divers. These are seemingly crazy people who jump from a steep cliff of 135 feet or let's say 40 meters of height, and they jump into the water from that height. These are the cliff divers with the highest altitude in the world, and they risk their lives each and every time they jump into water from that height. And before that they climb these steep cliffs in order to be able to jump from them. So they risk their lives each and every time. And you may think how stupid it is. What kind of person you need to be in order to jump from that altitude? But on the other hand, these people, they overcome their fears, and that makes them free. They have just much more options. This is possible for them to do because they can deal with their fears. What about you? Can you jump from such an altitude? How many things in your life aren't possible for you just because you are afraid of doing them? Because you are not courageous, not bold enough to take a chance, to make this step and to try them out and to try to do them. So doing the uncomfortable, doing the unknown, doing the things that you fear will free your mind and will free you, will open you new options and new possibilities, which make you a free person. So have courage to go to places that you hear bad things about. Have courage to do things that media wants to discourage you from doing. Have courage to meet with people demonized by other people. And finally, have courage to invest in things that people want to discourage you from investing into. I want to leave you with these thoughts and I invite you to a discussion. I can see you like this video, so give me a thumb up, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button in order not to miss my other videos. Provide your comments in the comment section below about your perspective on that topic, about your thoughts and experiences with freedom and courage, about the aspects I may have forgotten about. Share this video with your friends and with your loved ones. One day they will thank you for that. I talk a lot about freedom, about doing the impossible, about the best entrepreneurs in the world, how they think and how they act, how the self-made billionaires in our world think and act. And I talk also a lot about cryptocurrencies. Among the best comments and the best shares, I will give away one copy of the best-selling book I have written with Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is the best business teacher and personal development trainer in the world. This is a special edition of that book and you will get a personal dedication from me and I will explain to you what this medallion is about in the dedication. So if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I encourage you to watch them. Here you will find some of my best videos. Thank you from Acapulco. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.